What's up, fellas? In this video, I'm going to tell you about something that happened to me recently, and it prompted me to make this video. So I was recently stopped from getting my funds back from not just one, but two bookmakers. And this happened in the same 30-day period. As we know, sports betting is a tough game. You have to open up multiple different bookmaker accounts. Sometimes you get limited, so you can't place bets on that one bookie, or the bets you can place are for a little amount of money. You're gonna get limited eventually on most books if you are winning long term and you don't do anything to stop that. And even if you do anything to stop that, you're probably gonna still get limited. You can just extend that limitation by a long time. But something that people don't really think of too much, and I know this because personally I have done it myself, and this is the way I've fought for many years. And I know other people who have gone through the same shit that I have gone through in the past, and I'm still going through to this day. And that is bookmakers keeping your money hostage. So like I said, recently I've had two instances where the bookmakers have kept my money hostage. Now, I'm not gonna say those bookmakers on camera right now for multiple reasons. I'm still speaking to them, I'm still going back and forth. But there's two well-known bookmakers that have held my money hostage lately. And what I mean by that is I've got money in there, I've got balance in there. One bookmaker I had 28,000 in, and the other bookmaker I had 7,000 in. And I'm not allowed to withdraw money from those bookmakers, even though it's my money and even though I deposited the money into those bookmakers. So you just have to be very careful when you are depositing money into these bookmakers, when you are playing with these bookmakers. Don't just think, oh, okay, this is my money's safe as soon as you deposit into the bookmakers. At the end of the day, man, as soon as it's in the bookmaker's hands, it's not in your hands anymore. Now, for the most part, when you have bookmakers that are very well known, like Bet365, they're gonna be a lot more responsive and they're gonna handle you as a customer and your money a lot better than some of these other smaller bookmakers. I have heard horror stories from some of these smaller bookmakers where they've just gone completely bust, right? So someone's put a certain amount in, or the bookmaker has thousands of customers, and then they just go bust. They can't pay the customers out anymore, and the customers don't get their money back. It hasn't happened that often, but I have heard of it happening before, and you just always have to be aware, you know, like when you're putting money into these bookie accounts, it's gone now. One of the accounts that my money's got stuck in and is still stuck in to this day, the reason they're keeping the money for now is because they randomly messaged me, and this is after I had won a couple of bets as well. This is only the account that have like 7 grand in it. I think it's like 6,900, something like that. So we just call it 7 grand. I had won a couple of bets in a row on this account, not many, like 2 or 3 bets in a row. And randomly out of nowhere, they messaged me saying, your profile is not up to date. So they said that you have to re-update your address, your name, your passport, your ID, all of these things that I had already done pretty recently. I think like 6 weeks before they messaged me, I had opened the account. So the account was actually a new account. I thought everything was fine. I told them the address, like the account was working and functioning fine, but it was a new account. And then randomly they're questioning me for all my updated details. Now I send them the details and they still haven't verified it. And it's over a week ago now. And they said verification could take up to 48 hours, but it should happen sooner. And for some reason, a week's passed and they still haven't given me access to my money. So essentially at this point in time, they're holding my money hostage, and there's nothing I can do about it because they've just replied to me saying, oh, we're still going through verification. You're just gonna have to wait. It's with a different team. And you can't speak to that team because they're not a team that speaks to the public. So all you can do is speak to a customer service agent, which isn't even worth your time because they just repeat what they're told from a screen, which tells them to literally say word for word that there is nothing they can do. And no matter who you speak to, they're just gonna keep telling you that until they decide to verify my things. I don't even know if they've verified my stuff. They may have already verified it, but they just don't have the money to pay out right now, so they don't wanna pay out, or who knows why they're keeping my money hostage. But it's definitely dodgy because it's 4 to 6 weeks after they already had all my information. They're asking me to send more information. But the information hasn't changed from 4 weeks ago. The address hasn't changed. The name hasn't changed. Like, why do you need more information? It's just dodgy, and these companies do a lot of dodgy shit. So that's just one example, right? And this is coming from me personally. And this video isn't gonna be of benefit to every single person right now, but let me tell you something. If you're in the betting game for long enough, this information is gonna be invaluable to you, because at one point in time, if you're really doing this, at some point in time, your money's gonna be held hostage, or worse, taken by a bookmaker. and you're gonna have to go back and forth for a long time to get it back. I've been in this case many, many times. I've had my accounts closed down with money in it, so I can't even log in to withdraw the money. I have to call up the company themselves, but then they don't answer, and it's just like, it's a big hassle. So I guess the takeaway that you can have is that don't trust these companies outright, because at the end of the day, they're just businesses. They're not all super official. They do some dodgy stuff. Bookmakers work with dodgy practices at the best of times. So when you're going with these shady bookmakers, it's even worse. Unless you're super, super comfortable with that bookmaker, like a Bet365 or someone like that, don't leave sums of money in there forever and ever and ever. You know, it's good practice to just take out money every now and then, just so you have the money and you know that it hasn't been robbed from you. It might be a hassle, you know, to have to withdraw money or to think about where you're putting your money constantly when you open up these bookmaker accounts. But like I said, you're gonna think this is a non-event. You're gonna think this isn't important until it happens to you, until you have 7 grand sitting in another bookmaker account and they're not giving you your money. Then you're gonna wish you listened to this video. So hopefully this helps a couple of people. I'm just speaking on my personal experience and experiences of other people that I have listened to or spoken to over the years. So good luck. I'll be back with another video tomorrow. Boom.